Okay. So when I read your introduction, Nof and Uhud, it seems your paragraph is not organized or rearranged. Okay. So that's why I'm suggesting to arrange the paragraph to be more coherent and to be more organized. So the reader, when you read your introduction, has a little bit of understanding what you are trying to say. Okay. So you say the operating theater is a room where the hospital, where the surgical operations are done in aseptic environment. Yes, is a very good one. Or you can say, for example, let's see, you could say operating room is one of the, where is it? Like operating rooms are very unique from other work environment with their constructions and working conditions. Or you can say one of the hospital in a hospital operating rooms comes in different sizes and different types. Okay, and they are so unique, the work environment and to their respect to their constructions and working conditions. Okay, so similar to that one, so you give me like a background or information about what is the what is it, let's go here. Okay, about the you mentioned it is about the operating room. Its environment include sterile and non-sterile areas, very good, as well as sterile and non-sterile healthcare professionals. Okay, so all of them must be follow specific requirements for entering the operating rooms to maintain sterility of the environment and reduce the spread of microorganisms. Okay, so instead of you mention all these, yes, the you can say in the surgical operations are um, constructed in sterile أماكن معقمة and non-sterile area. Okay, and healthcare professionals who are working in the operating room. So instead of saying sterile and non-sterile healthcare professionals, so all the healthcare professionals who are working in the surgery room needs to be aware of the different hazards or the different hazards to stop spreading of the microorganism or to stop the reducing of these hazards. Similar, I'm just give you an background. Okay, so it is essential to ensure the care of themselves and the patient and the potential hazard to avoid it, the hazards for experience. Then you stop it. Then you ask me, there are many hazards found on the in the operating rooms or operating theaters, such as this and this and this. Again, I don't like the word emotional hazards, Noof. Emotional hazard is a type or is an example of psychological hazard. So if you change it to psychological hazard, will be great. Okay. Okay. Again, you تعرفين هني is confusing. In my essay, I will talk about the hazards that can occur in the operating theater and how controlled, and I use the workplace. This one is you will talk it and then you say, why did you choose the operating theater? So whether you take this part, هذا البارت, okay, control it and this, okay, with it, okay. So this one, you can take it and put it up. So this is copy it and put it here somewhere here. Okay, لأن تتكلمين عن الهزة، تتكلمين مثلا عن operating rooms when there are many hazards. So that's why this is why I choose this workplace, because it's reserved for the lives and this and this and this. In this report, the aim of this report is to talk about all the hazards found in the theater room, how to control it, and what the best PPE to wear in this workplace. وضحت الفكرة؟ واضحة what did I mean? Okay. So that's why what I mean by Noof. So you need your introduction has to be organized in somehow that all the components link it to each other. Okay, this is the introduction. If we will go now to the Okay, very good. You give me a very good start for the hazards, okay? And then you list it again. Physical hazard, it gives me a lot of examples, okay? So what I'm suggesting for you is instead of taking all of these and put it, just choose two physical hazards and see how the workers may expose to these hazards. Okay. For my opinion, I think for the physical hazard, you can say is, okay, in the operating room, okay, there are in the operating room, there are many equipment is used, and the wires of these equipments is exposed on the floor, for example. Just give you an example. And this is leading a risk for slip and trip. Okay, you mentioned the hazard, you mentioned example, you mentioned the risk. Okay, which may cause, which may affect let's say, the freedom of moving. فهو يعيق من حركة الناس اللي يشتغلون في الأوبريتنج رومز. فهاي كمثال إن مثلا الإلكتريكال wires for these equipment may cause the risks of the fall and trips. Okay, you give me another good example اللي هو laser tools. في الاوبريتنج روم في بعض العمليات اللي هي عمليات القلب يستخدمون فيها الراديشن واللي هو الانترفنشنال radiation. So you may say the second example is for the big operations such as cardiac operations or, for example, eye surgeries. Some of the radiation may be used on the operating rooms, okay? And this can lead, and there's a risk of the worker, and أتكلم على the risk of the worker. So the worker may expose to radiation, which may affect his health by having cancer in the long term. Okay, so I just focus on two specific physical hazards instead of all these. الaccidents هني قلتي لي عن الaccidents نوف. Accidents you can, it's not a part of physical hazard. So accidents يا انك تاخذين هذا البارت وتحطينه في part of the accident or just delete it وتركزين على two examples of physical hazards. Yes, this one is a very good. This is keep it as it is. This is